Okay, I'm here. Hello. Welcome. Big Fraud Thursday begins. Already off to an unbelievable start. Oh, you know what? This is bad news because, as usual, I'm wearing the same clothes. This is like I've worn this like 3 days in a row, and I even got my. These are the biggest decisions that I face every day. What hoodie to wear? You know, life is good when my biggest decision is what hoodie to wear. And I got the Red Wing one out because the Red Wings beat the shit out of the Penguins last night. So, look at, not a lot has changed in this region right here. Look at that power. Now, I'm all hunched over. So, when I'm upright, this is what it looks like. Look at all these knots. This is how long of a process this is going to be to get rid of this this fat. So, yeah, this, like I said, biggest decision I'll make. I look okay with a t-shirt on, but naked, it's disgusting. My goal is to lose it all in about 15 years. I don't know how you guys who are like 400 pounds overweight are able to even, look at yourselves. That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay. Much better. Everybody's grossed out now by seeing my fat gut. Let's see. Some more insults. Mediocrity Dave says, God, you're very white. Well, I don't walk around with my shirt off that much. My face has color, but the other thing that's boiling under is there's a dog war going on as we speak. You can see some of it. This might result in one having to go into the penalty box because I can't. It's like I'm competing with them, and that's never. Hey, knock it off. So hang on. We're off to a fucking horrible start. We haven't had to do this in several days, but you can tell Darla here in my lap, looking over her shoulder, all she wants to do is go attack Bruce. Trying to get these guys to calm down. Anyway, where was I? Big Fraud Thursday begins. What are you crying for, Bruce? What the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, this is how it's going to be, obviously. Tyler says, our fat insider Darla wishes she could get right back to attacking Bruce. Today, in the 6 o'clock hour, usually we start about 6:15. It is Who Are These Free Beers? Where we are going to get into the beginning days of the critically acclaimed 13 Days of Halloween on the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Bruce is pissed off because his Kong was under the couch. These guys, I'm telling you, this is gonna screw everything up. We also have a free beer ratings report, which is going to solidify for you in an indirect way that we will be able to continue doing Who Are These Free Beers? Now, 13 days of Halloween. I don't want to get into it too much right now because essentially what I could do is submarine my own jokes or my own points that I want to make about how ridiculous this is for that show. But I will say this. If back in the day when the show was doing what we did, and if anyone suggested, hey, I got an idea. Halloween's coming. let's do the 13 days of Halloween because 13's a spooky number. And then every day of Halloween, we will have another day, like day 1 of the 13 days of Halloween. And then would be like a subject that they talk about. Spooky stuff. And then day 2. I think I would have strangled anybody who suggested such a ridiculous goddamn bit. But this all ties in with the big ratings report. Free Beer does a big ratings report that pretty much guarantees that we will continue to get this type of material to discuss on who are these free beers. Silver lining to historically high ratings for our heroes. Okay? Because you might think to yourself, hey, knock it off. You might think to yourself, oh, man, EZ's going to be all butthurt because the show is very, very successful. On the contrary, them being successful is very, very good news for your old pal EZ. And I will explain more about that. Some of you can piece that together already. Okay. You may notice that I'm talking a little bit fucked up. Now, not on the level of like crispy R's or anything like that. But I've got this ridiculous canker sore in my lower lip. Oh, it's a doozy. And the thing is, I know 1 million percent how to cure these. Like, in particular, if usually it happens because I bite my lip at some point, like I'm chewing. Oh God! You know it's bad when it actually makes a noise of teeth going into lip meat. It actually makes a crunching noise. Well, this has become in 2 spots because of the top tooth and the bottom tooth that got it. A canker sore. And then they grow together to become like the Lake Mead of canker sores. And goddamn, very, very painful. Just an open sore on the interior of your lip that won't fucking heal. However, I discovered years ago that if you actually take mouthwash, like Listerine mouthwash, anything that is like Listerine products or anything like it, like a knockoff brand, and rinse with that, it is remarkable. It nullifies any of the issues, and then it heals it. Now, I've known this for decades. After decades suffering, I figured this out one time, and it's been great. But did I do that? No, I actually ignored it. Though, to me, this is as bad as like if you have a cure for cancer and then you find out you have cancer and then you're like, whatever. Becca Shea says, doesn't it burn when you put the Listerine on it? Absolutely. I even go so far as to take a Q-tip, dip it in the Listerine, and then like stab the sore with the Q-tip laced with Listerine. So it gets pulverized right into it. But it has this antiseptic property, which after the burn, it just numbs it ridiculously. So, I mean, so this is really, really rocking my world right now. Blue State Rob talks about another product. Aram uses salt. I've used that too. That's purely like the burn hurts so good on that. And then it feels good for a little while after that. Fuck. Rob talks about a product called Kanka. Tried that. Didn't work for me. This is the only thing that's worked. But it does work, for me, at least. Getting all sorts of home remedies. Powdered alum. It's a spice, Maureen says. Hey, Ma! But, so that's one of the many things that are screwing with your old pal EZ. I did hear from the registered, from the physician's assistant, from the urologist office. As you know, I've been suffering from all sorts of reproductive organ and bladder issues. And, okay, so Sunday's the big ultrasound. We are on the same page. What do you call it? Urologist says, I got to see the CT scan. So let's do that, and then we'll figure out what's up. So I might be riddled with cancer. I'm hoping not, but and that's how it goes. You know, you like I said yesterday, you hope for the best, expect the worst. And if you think like that with everything, it's going to be great. So I am not for 1 second dismissing that I am riddled with cancer. Never, ever. Hope for the best, expect the worst. So I'm already wrapping my mind around terminal diagnosis by the weekend. I actually had a cousin who went into the doc on a Friday because he wasn't feeling well. And by Monday, he was diagnosed with cancer and he died a week later. That was my cousin Sarkis. Fucking incredible. So keep your fingers crossed that I am not riddled with cancer. Thank you to all of you for being here. Appreciate you. Blue State Rob says you don't need your prostate anymore. Just get that thing removed. Jizzless is less messy. Okay. I would miss my jizz. It's my favorite thing to play with during sexy time. You can throw it. It's a very versatile sex tool. You can throw jizz. You can smear. You can play with the little puddles. Hold on. Hey! Hold on, folks. Have you ever thrown jizz? It makes a hell of a noise. Okay? It's like if you can picture that toy you play with, those creepy wall crawlers, you throw that fucker at the wall and they just kind of go like that. That's fantastic. Ashley is here. See, I want to start to normalize the discussion of jizz. All right? Too many people go, oh, God, it's too much. No. Jizz is fun. We need an ad campaign about how fantastic it is. Mediocrity Dave loves the line, I would miss my jizz. Hold on a second. Darla! I'm telling you, this is how it's going to be today. A couple more instances of this, and I will ban her. Hang on. New Eric Zane Facebook group is going to be called The Cum Chuckers. Throw Kelly cheese in here and just get it over with. It's basically snot that your dick sneezed. A normalized discussion of jizz fun. is instrumental. It's been a while since Hurricane Ashley has been in here, but she's back now. Kind of a fun thing that happened yesterday. Her beloved boyfriend, Tim Mayer from Shoreliner Striping, was in my neck of the woods. And she goes, hey, oh, God, I know this is right where you live in the area. I mean, you should go over there and, like, say hi and shoot a video of his handsome face. Oh, my God. He's, like, there with his dad. Fuck you. I hate you. Fuck off. Yeah, go say hi. He's just adorable. Fuck off. Yeah, shoot a nice video of him. Say hi to his dad for me. And then just fuck off. I hate you. Fuck you. Drove over there. See Timmy. He does a double take. I'm shooting a video. Zaner, how are you, eh? Not bad, Timmy. Guess who sent me? Oh, the hurricane, eh? How's it going? Really good. I'm here to see what you do. Because he's striping the parking lot for this new place. I go, I'm Mr. Mayor. How are you? It's good to see you. How are you? I go, it's fantastic. I've met you before. Shot the video, sent it off to the hurricane, and then she sent back, I fucking love him. Oh, I love his face. Fuck you. He's so sweet. I just look at him. He's working. He's sexy. Fuck off. I hate you. Oh my God. Yeah. Idiot. Patrick says, I love this impression. Hurricane Ashley says, play the clip. I don't have access to it. I'd have to upload it to, okay, hang on a second. I'll upload it to my Dropbox and then play it for it. It'll take a second. I'll just make fun of you some more in the meantime. Zane, I really appreciate you doing that. My God. That's so sweet. Fuck off. I fucking hate you. You're such an asshole. You fuck. Fuck you. Tyler says it sounds just like Ashley. Uncanny. Is Dale alive? Well, I'm getting a text message from a person I was supposed to play trivia with Dale with. Oh, hey! This is how it's going to be today. Completely distracted, all over the place. So fucked up. Hey, okay, now enough. You're totally going to get banned. We can't have this anymore. Thank you so much for being here. Yesterday was a huge brawl. I went in and kicked down the door of the Boomer Bunker and attacked the audience that listens to that show. That the ragtag bunch of losers got together. And my God, it was an absolute destructive bit of mayhem. I couldn't have been happier. One person in particular on Patreon said, why the hell did you do that? Why are you giving them publicity? And I said, well, dude, because they were good jokes. What can I say? I like to fight. It's like my favorite thing in the world to do. You can't get mad at me for jokes. Insulting jokes. Those are the best types of jokes. Come on now. This is how it went when I was interacting with Tim Mayer from Shoreliner Striping and Mr. Mayer. Audio check, video check. Look at that old-ass truck. There he is. He's in the yellow. No, he's in the orange. Dad's in the yellow. Watch his double take. Right there. He looks the first time. And then he's like, I looked back. Oh, hey, Zaner.
What are you doing, buddy?
I was tipped off that you're here, so that's a mile from my house, and guess who sent me?
Oh, the hurricane.
Fuck. Look at his face. So handsome. Fuck off.
Is that Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
I've met Mr. Mayor before.
Yep.
Eric, I met you at his party.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I want to get out and harass you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was that. No big deal. And that was enough to make her jizz. That's all it took. Like, oh, my God. Oh, fuck, yeah. Oh, my God. He's my world. He's my dream. Oh, fuck, yes. Megan says, does everyone call you the hurricane? Well, it's true. It's like I said, she goes, oh, my God. He called me the hurricane. He didn't even call me Ash. And I'm like, she goes, why does it call me the hurricane? I go, well, it's because you are. You blow in, you fuck everything up, and then it's a disaster. You know? Okay, hang on. Produced a suitcase and then walked out of the room. That suitcase has been laying there since June. And Darla was chewing on the suitcase. And now she's starting to fight with her brother. I'm telling you, this is going to be horrible. Bruce killed Darla and put her in a suitcase. Blue State Rob says, quoting Ashley, hey, fuck you. I throw myself at him instead of his laptop. Yeah, you wait. You know, a year from now, we're going to have, fuck him. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a fucking asshole. I don't think so, though. Those two are like, they're inseparable. I'm pretty impressed. They're like a power couple. Now, I had a couple folks who wanted to date her, and it didn't work out. You know, I mean, it was like two colossal failures. And, you know, then I got to thinking about Timmy, and I was like, maybe that might work. But I didn't know Tim's age. I want to make sure they were like in the same realm. And they are. I can't believe I thought he was. I don't even remember if I thought he was older or younger. You know, but they're like right about the same age. So that's a big thing. You don't want to have one way older or way younger than the other. Even though I've said many times that Ashley's 58. I mean, I guess it depends on the light. You know, it depends on how you look at her. She might look pretty used. And knock it off. Aram is suggesting that I take Darla downstairs and put her in the crate. Yeah, I could, but I don't want to, you know? I mean, I like her a lot. And, you know, that means that I would have to get up and go downstairs carrying a dog. I'd rather not. So I'm hoping she just works it out. Hey, knock it off. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. And does that. Amy says, what? Ash looks 30. Yeah, that's because you two want to have sex with each other. I've often said this. I've been saying this since I started on the radio, that all women have a certain degree of lesbianic tendencies. And you just need to meet the right person, and then your ovaries will pop. So that happened. I witnessed that. We were at that Mexican restaurant with the menu that's like 5 pages long. And so these two troublemakers were sitting next to each other. And then the next thing you know, they're actually touching each other, like hands on each other. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. And they had just met, you know. This is moments after Hurricane Ashley grabbed a puppy and took it into a local business, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, and then gave the dog a bath with hand soap in the sink. One of the most ridiculous things that's ever happened. I go, the dog's all wet. She goes, oh, yeah, it's fucking dirty. I just had to wash it. Fuck you. And then, so they're sitting there, you know, hitting it off. Everybody thinks, oh, these two have just gone lesy. One is dating a dude. The other one is married to a dude. And then they've totally gone lesy. Ashley says, Timothy offered a threesome, and we got in a fight over this. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. Linda says, no, this is not true. All women are not a little lesy. Yeah, it's true. You just don't know it, you know? Ashley says, I said, are you telling me you'd have sex with Amy? And he said, for you, babe. My God, this is incredible. Amy says, or Amanda says, I definitely have zero lesbianic tendencies within me, even though I can look kind of butch at times. You can look kind of butch. What are you trying to say here? I don't get it. You look butch. It sounds like you could get canceled. There's a couple jokes there, but I'm going to take it easy on you. Zane has to fill 2 hours. Let's keep this in mind. Good point, Ashley. Amy says, you don't look butch. You are very pretty. Everybody's talking about looking butch. Huh. Jamingo used to call them bull dykes, which is that's offensive, but it's funny. I mean, there's no question that is a funny bit of terminology. All right. I just want to know what was on the damn shelf over the Easy Show sign. Was it a flag? Where did it go? Yeah, it was. I moved it. And now I haven't put anything back on there. I need to find something that goes on it. There's been a couple changes. I took the Tennessee thing off, and I one of the times I was pissed off, I burned it. I was pissed off at Kenney, so I burned the state of Tennessee thing that was painted with all the signatures of the people. I'm totally kidding. I didn't burn that. But that fat slob, what's that ugly bitch? Jessica. Hi, anything fuck you, motherfucker. Her name is on it. And that other fat slob, Melinda, her name's on it. I crossed their names out. Then I wanted to cross Kenny's name out on one of the 8 million fights we had, but I didn't actually do it. Aram's name is on that too. So I think the psycho magician John, is it John Midgley? Yeah, His name's on that too. He doesn't hate me. So 3 of those people for sure. The rest, I don't even know their whereabouts. So I was like, fuck this thing. I'm getting it out of here. John also made that piece of artwork over my shoulder here of the podcaster. I'm thinking about at some point doing a total room makeover. Now, this is probably the extent of what I'll do to pursue this, and that is simply talk about it. You know me. You know me. Maybe a photo of Joe Moss could go on the shelf. Hysterical. Very funny. I love that. Come on, guys. This is getting out of hand again. Hold on. Hey. No. Boosie Boy checking in. Maureen says you could put Mother Mary on that shelf. No, I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. I will never step foot into a Catholic church ever again. I don't want to put Mary up there. Come on now. Now's our chance to help with the remodel and claim ownership over Eric's show. Oh, God. Megan says, yeah, let's do it. By the way, that's my Megan. It's got to be full of energy and life, you know? That's how we can go with a Megan impression. You know, even the worst news ever would be full of pep and zeal. You know? So if I took my my truck over there, and it was so badly damaged, the motor was so badly damaged it couldn't be repaired, Megan would go, hey, guess what? Your car's fucked. It's never gonna run again. Yeah, what's the good news? That is the good news. Yay! She's so energetic and happy. She doesn't have another gear. It's always optimistic and fun. You know? Amy says, I want to hear all of my bad news from Megan. You're never going to run again! Have Megan deliver your prostate diagnosis. You are full of cancer! You've got a 5% chance of survival! You're going to be peeing into a bag for the rest of your life! Megan says, I did tell you that if you have the big C, I'd make you freezer meals. Amanda says, Megan and I need to hang out more. Her positivity could roll off on me and help my depression. Yeah. Well, you know what can help your depression? You. I'm guessing you could help your depression. Megan can be your life coach, Amanda. Stop being so fat! Devil voice Megan is the suggestion. Chunk, chunk. Hey, everybody! You car's fucked up! You've got cancer! Hey, Rob. It's a good suggestion. Kyle says, take some edibles. They always help me. Yeah, you know, you fucking drug addicts. You and your goddamn edibles. Yeah, life's tough. I'll just make myself stupid. You fucking losers. Holy shit. Oh, things are hard. I'll just fill my body with toxins. All right. Thank you for checking out the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. It's time for you to go. The rest of the show is available. Download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live. Download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live, and you can get the show in its entirety and hang out with me for a couple hours each day. In addition, sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane, where today, and you can sign up for free. So if you sign up right now, okay, you will get today's edition of Big Fraud Thursday, which will feature Who Are These Free Beers, where they break down the 13 days of Halloween. And Free Beer he gives his big ratings report and talks about how successful they are, which guarantees, well, I don't even want to say that because, again, it's part of what I want to talk about on the show. Very, very exciting stuff. That goes on tonight, and you can get that show. You can be part of the live. I mean, you can watch it live as it happens. If you go to patreon.com/Eric Zane, patreon.com/Eric Zane. If you've never done this before, you can sign up for 7 days free. Just click $10 a month, 7 days free. It's all there easily. Some people said, hey, I don't see it. That may be because you were previously signed up or you took advantage of this once in the past. That has actually happened to people. If that does happen, you have to sign up with a different account, I think. Easily sidestepped. No problem. I want you to get it for free. Okay? Patreon.com/Eric Zane. And of course, what I'm saying right now, that's the audio podcast. Free for everyone on whatever platform that you enjoy shows on. So just search out Eric Zane Show Podcast. Wherever you download shows, check it out. Don't forget to leave me a review. I have no reviews. There are shows that have been, even Steve and Kyle have more reviews than me. I never get reviews. Now, I don't know what good that does me, frankly. I just like to read them. Especially the bad ones. I mean, the people who genuinely hate me. I think Patrick was up to his old tricks again. Patrick in South Carolina, he has a tendency when he says something about me that he reveals that it's him just in the way he writes. And he knows that. And if he's hearing this right now, he's laughing. I think this is Patrick because he wrote something nice about me in June of this year. And then I think he went over to Steve and Kyle's and left a nasty review for those guys. Kyle says, can we follow Carl's advice? 5-star, then shit all over you in the comments. If you like, that's hilarious. What I assume is Patrick wrote, great show. Big Fraud is the best storyteller in the business. The news and stories he covers always entertain. I love the interviews with President Trump and truly proves his star power. I also subscribed on Patreon to get all the other shows he has to offer. My favorite is Who Are These Free Beers? A show where he makes fun of his old show, Free Beer and Hot Wings, for being completely inept and boring. Big Fraud Zane single-handedly brought Free Beer and Hot Wings to great heights, and now they are clueless without him. The free podcast is great. I normally listen live on Twitch. I like the interactive features on that platform. 6 out of 5 stars. Okay, fine. Now, and then he signs it in a particular way. He didn't put his real name. He put a bunch of symbols to indicate who he is. So then I noticed that if you go to Steve and Kyle, those guys have more reviews than me. Now that it doesn't matter, but I just find that interesting. I never get reviews. Nobody ever has anything to say about your old pal EZ. The same person wrote, in math, 2 negatives equals a positive. In podcast, 2 boring people does not equal a funny one. These 2 discuss boring topics with their very boring personalities. The show is horribly produced, ironically, by a producer. I get the feeling that these 2 want to be Seinfeld, but there is a big problem. They lack any form of talent that would make someone funny, entertaining, or interesting in any way. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty funny. It's not the biggest insult I've ever heard, but there's a lot more things to gripe about Steve and Kyle. In particular, Kyle. I'll never forget it. Kyle, what is this whistleblower doing, sending me this message about you? Can you tell me what the term adjudication means? Why do I feel you weren't completely honest in filling out the application when it asks, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Why is my general manager, Jeff Cartwright, sweating and stomping around like a psychopath and having a closed-door meeting with HR? Kenney says, I've never left a review for any show, only a few select businesses. Blue State Rob fires off a joke. He says, one looks like a convicted pedo and one actually is a pedo. Well, you could be talking about anybody there. All right. I totally have to go take a pee. But for you folks on Facebook, X, and YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your day. I'm getting pretty used to saying X these days. Facebook and Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV, now featuring bathroom dog wash. X brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Don't go anywhere. I have to pee. Megan says, I just went to Apple Podcasts to try to leave a review. I can't figure it out. What? Isn't there a spot that says leave a review? I don't know. I've never done it. I have no idea. That Joran Vandersloot is finally going to prison, but it's so fucked up. He's going to prison. He admitted to killing Natalie Holloway. He's not going to prison for killing Natalie Holloway. He cannot be tried for killing Natalie Holloway, even though he just confessed to it. This happened in Aruba. Okay? And they have a statute of limitations there on murder, I guess. That is a Dutch colony or a Dutch territory or something like that. So Vandersloot's there doing his thing, having a good time, young guy, like 20 years ago or some shit like that. And then he runs into Natalie Holloway. She's taking her senior trip. She's just graduated high school. She's there with her girlfriend. She's like, oh, yeah, let's go hook up with some dudes. And then she hooks up with him or runs into him. And then her friends see her going home she's in a car with like 2 or 3 other dudes. Okay. And she's never seen again. These 2 or 3 other dudes are suspected to be in on it as well. Nothing's been proven. All you have here finally is Vandersloot after 2 decades, has finally admitted that he killed her because she wouldn't have sex with him, and then he threw her in the ocean. She's never been found. This is so fucked up. As it turns out, the friends of Natalie Holloway, they like see her driving away in the car and like, oh, okay, well, she's getting a ride back to the hotel. And then the next day they all show up at the airport to go home. It's like the last day of their trip. She's not there. Like, what the fuck? Try to reach her, nothing. The next day, the mom flies from the U.S. to Aruba trying to find her fucking daughter. It doesn't take long before things start to look like this fucking Vandersloot guy. And then I was reading an article in People magazine about, here's what Natalie Holloway's friend said in 2017 about her final moments before vanishing. First of all, Vandersloot, a handful of years ago, this is how much of a psychopath this guy, everyone knew that he did it, but I think he also was, he actually killed someone else too. Another chick. There was something terrible that this guy has been, holy shit. Years later, and a handful of years ago, Vandersloot reached out to Natalie Holloway's mother, Beth Holloway. Okay. And said to her, look, be totally honest with you. I will give you information about where Natalie is if you give me $250,000. At this point, he hadn't admitted to anything. Time passes. They end up having the ability with that comment right there to have him arrested for an attempted extortion. The extradition is approved. He's arrested. He's extradited to the United States. And then so he is going to go to prison in the U.S. for extortion and wire fraud charges for a long, long time. And now here's what we have to hope for. This son of a bitch needs to be killed in prison. Prison can be a rough place. So that's what, everybody's got their fingers crossed that Joran Vandersloot will have this happen to him. In 2017, Holloway's friend and classmate Jessica Caola spoke to Oxygen for the series The Disappearance of Natalie Holloway about the last time she saw Natalie alive in 2005 during that trip. Talked about her driving away in the car with those guys. The window was down. We could see her in the back of the car. My impression was, oh, great. She found a ride back to the hotel. She also talks about, I remember seeing Joran Vandersloot at the casino at our hotel, she added. That was the first time I saw him, and I remember chatter of him amongst us girls. We were like, he's so cute. Who's going to hook up with him? Those sort of things were floating around. That was probably the extent to which I got close to him. Caola was believed to have taken the last photos of Natalie alive, which was taken the night before the recent high school graduates were set to fly back home. God damn it. Every parent's nightmare. So this sick son of a bitch admitted yesterday that he did, in fact, kill her. Very graphically described bludgeoning her to death. And he said, oh, hey, look, I'm telling you this because I found Jesus. He was in Alabama yesterday. She's from Birmingham. Prosecutors told the court Vandersloot confessed to Holloway's parents that he killed her. Apparently, he bludgeoned her to death after she refused his sexual advances. This, according to Holloway's mother, Beth, who also spoke. Boy, what a fucking punchable face. Look at this fuck. Trust no one. God damn. You know, if you're a parent, that's the one thing you're always concerned about when they go on the big trip. You know, they're like, "Hey, what do you say, Kate? Yeah, we've been saving up our pennies. We're going to go to this faraway place." And as a mom and a dad, you're like, "Ugh." And they're like, "Why? Why not? What's your problem?" It's like, "Look at this. Look at that fucking face. Look what this guy did to her. This is why." No, you can go to the fucking 2 blocks away, have a party all night at the Red Roof Inn or some shit, but you're not going to another goddamn country with all these psychopaths running around. Fuck that shit. No. Mrs. Holloway said, "You didn't get what you wanted from Natalie, your sexual satisfaction, so you brutally killed her," adding that he terminated her dreams, her potential, her possibilities. Holy shit. He said he killed her on the beach, threw her body in the water. How the hell they never find that? What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe a shark ate her or something like that. That's fucking terrible, but maybe that happened. So Vandersloot said, "Oh, yeah, I'm coming clean because I'm a born-again Christian." You know, I don't know about that whole thing about born-again Christian. It's kind of like this, it's kind of weird. And in Catholic culture, it's the same way. You know, you could murder your mom, and then, you go to a priest and say, "Hey, I'm sorry I did that." They go, "Hey, that's cool. That's all right." It isn't quite that simple. But typically the priest will say, "Well, for your penance, you got to go turn yourself in." And that's where the guy goes, "No, I'm not doing that." And I don't think the priest can actually say anything about it. Can you imagine being a priest and you're sitting there and someone's in front of you and says, "Yeah, I killed a baby and ate it." And the priest is like, "Fuck, I really want to turn you in," and then doesn't. That's pretty rough. While Vandersloot might have copped to killing Holloway, that's not what he'll be punished for in the U.S. The case is somewhat convoluted, especially since she first vanished almost 20 years ago on Aruba. But basically, officials in America ended up charging him for attempting to sell information to Holloway's family about where the remains were, which Mrs. Holloway actually paid that money. But I don't think she got anything out of that. That's unbelievable. Can you imagine the desperation? How about this asshole, though? Kills her and then tries to extort the family. As part of the plea deal he struck with the prosecution, Vandersloot was forced to finally clear up the details of Holloway's disappearance in 2005, and now he has. These 3 other assholes have been suspected in whatever happened to her. They were arrested a couple different times over the years in connection to Holloway's disappearance, but they were also cut loose over a lack of evidence. Vandersloot, however, is the one who's fallen into the crosshairs of the U.S. as they indicted him in 2010, alleging the extortion. He extorted him, and then after she gave her the money, he didn't offer any information. While he was charged in the U.S. well over a decade ago, he wasn't extradited until just earlier this year as part of an agreement with the government of Peru. I think that's where this asshole lives, or lived. No. I take it back. He was actually serving a prison sentence there for an entirely different case. That's what I was talking about earlier. A court found him guilty of murdering Stephanie Flores. Once this is dealt with, he'll be shipped back to Peru to finish his sentence. And then after that, presumably to return to America to start serving whatever punishment he receives in this case. My God. The Holloway family attorney says that Vandersloot's statements in court about the disappearance, there will be no further searches for the teen's remains, something her family has long sought. Holy shit. To think all you're hoping for is remains. God damn. Absolutely terrible. We'll be checking in right now with Kyle from a company that peddles dumpsters. Just a moment. Want to discuss with him about the 5-1 Detroit Lions. I'm actually getting people saying you need to talk about the Lions more. And I'm like, what? I see he's right there in the chat. The Chibians Show. That's his big podcast. Before we bring him in, though, it's important to note that the open and live stream of the show are brought to you by A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe Martinez is making a trip back here to the EZSP household. I am having an issue downstairs getting the baseboard hot water heating to heat that room. I've exhausted my knowledge on the topic. I attached the new thermostat. It didn't work. I FaceTimed him. He says, "What?" I go, "Yeah, you gotta come help me. This is a service call. I need you at my house." Who's coming tomorrow? It's that simple. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. Very, very important. Do not let it slip by where you do not have Joe come and tune up the furnace system. It needs to be tuned and cleaned every year. If not, it's going to run less efficiently. When it runs less efficiently, the mechanisms work harder, which shorten the life of it. So you give Joe $79 and he alleviates all those issues. 616-516-8579. It's called preventative maintenance. Thank you as well to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, another business that you will need one day. If not now, it'll happen. For something as simple as an oil change or a whatever you may need to have done on the vehicle, that's simple, scheduled maintenance, or if just something goes wrong and you need help, Irvine's can take care of everything. They have loaner cars for you to borrow for free and everything you need to make this easy as possible, and the best technicians in the business. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Now with dog bath wash in the bathroom. You can just bring your dog there and throw it in the sink of the bathroom and give your dog a bath. I still cannot believe that happened. And if you ever ask me, fuck you, why do they call me the Hurricane? Think about that. It's because you're just being you. It's you're not going out of your way. It's just everything you just blow in and then shit's fucked up. That's how it is. My God. All right. Well, hello, Eric Zane. Well, hello, Eric Zane. Eric Zane.
Eric Zane, I don't sound like that.
Oh, you sound just like that. Are you kidding me? Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, dude. Just as I heard you just say, it's been a good fucking week because the Lions laid a fucking slap down, dude.
On the road against a first-place team.
I know, dude. And in the exact same score in which we fucked up the Falcons, baby. So that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's 2 games that we won 20-6.
That's terrific. And now they got another road game in Baltimore, Baltimore's another first-place team.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck them up though, dude. We're gonna that one game or that last. I don't know. I think that was the last time we played them when that fucking sweet ass kicker like broke the NFL record and made the field goal.
He kicked like 105-yard field goal or some shit.
Yeah, and I mean we played the rest of that game. We played pretty fucking. I mean, not on the offensive side because we didn't have that many points. But if we can do the same shit again, dude, we're gonna win. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, they have a lot of injured players. But I don't think that slows them down. It seems like the more players they lose, the more dominant they are.
I know, it's fucking weird, dude. That's when both for a little bit there, when both of our starting safeties were out and then our backups came in, that's when we fucking started kicking ass. So we got depth, baby, and that depth feels good.
Who's the one guy you think that they cannot miss? Like if someone got hurt on that team, they wouldn't be able to recover.
Straight up, I think it's got to be Jared Goff. You know what I mean?
Do you remember a year ago when you said you believe Jared Goff was actually retarded?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that, and I firmly believed it at that time. And like I said, and actually I said this a year ago too when we were talking about it. I swear he fucking heard me, dude. He watched the show and he heard me and he was like, "Wow, Kyle, I don't like that, but you're a little bit right." And he's been playing good as fuck since then.
Yeah, I know it. You called him retarded, and he's just killing it.
I know it's the Kyle Jared Goff connection. We've been good friends.
Some people are even calling it the Goffense, which is brilliant. I never have thought of that.
I know, that's actually fucking super sick. I read that in like one of those news articles not too long ago. I was like, the Goffense, baby, hell yeah, I like that too.
It's really weird because they have these rankings that come out, the Pro Football Power rankings, and some have them even number one.
Yeah, I did see. I think that was. I saw that. And here's the one. That's actually the only one I respect. Well, I mean, they don't need to be number one, but we at least there's like a lot of power rankings out there that have us like number 3, and then they have the Chiefs number 2. And I'm like, we beat those fuckers, dude. Like just by principle, we should be ahead of them. You know what I mean?
It's very fun. I try not to get too in going down the rabbit hole because I feel like it sets me up for some type of disappointment. But I'm trying to have the attitude that every game they're going to fuck it up, and then all of a sudden they're winning, and I'm feeling good.
I know. Yeah, straight up, I was talking to this. I don't remember. I was talking about it this earlier this week. I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was like, the fucking like the way the games are going, like we can like our spirits can remain in like a relatively like good energy, you know what I mean? We're not like, oh fuck, we're down by 20 already or whatever. So we remain pretty good. And then like when Goff whipped that fucking sick ass bomb to Jameson Williams, like when he like let go of the ball, like in between the time Goff let it go and Williams caught it, like that feeling like in your chest where you're like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? Like that specific feeling just while the ball's in the air has been the fucking best this year because we're not already down by 20. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you're absolutely right. But I was watching that. I saw a close-up of that. When he threw that ball, it looked like a punt. It was a shitty pass. It was all fucking wobbly and stupid.
Yeah. Jared, he does that fucking sometimes. And then I saw this interview where he was like, yeah, it wasn't that great of a ball, but it was a great catch. And at least he fucking knew it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it fucking worked out. I mean, if it works out, like, let's not talk about it. It was just fucking sick.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So it was a good recovery by William with Jameson Williams because he hasn't caught cock. He has. I mean, if it hits him in the hands, he drops it. So I don't know how the fuck he came up with it because he suddenly figured out how to catch again. That was impressive.
Yeah, I saw this stat that was like, okay, you got to bring it like full circle with a bunch of other topics, but like people are obviously like the general fan base is always like frustrated with Jameson Williams because he's not like catching 11 balls a game or whatever. But he has, since the start of last year, and I mean, the guy's only played in like a couple of games, he has like 2 touchdowns over 40 yards, and the rest of the team has 1, like combined.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, like maybe he's not like catching a lot of balls, but he's pretty much outperforming everybody else in the deep threat. And he only played like 5 fucking games.
Kyle, we are fast approaching Halloween, and you being a young couple with a young child, first of all, Do you go out for Halloween with the little guy, or do you just keep him home?
Yeah, we lock him in his room and tell him that Halloween's not real.
Oh, okay, good.
No. Yeah, so we are the very first year that he was alive or whatever. We just stayed at home and like passed out candy and shit to all the other little bastards. And then last year we brought him like around like our little cul-de-sac type fucking area just because he was like pretty little. But this year we're going balls to the wall, baby. He's going all the way around the whole fucking neighborhood.
Okay.
And then we also go to Blue's brother's house, which is like right down the road, actually closer to you than I am.
Okay.
And so we go to his neighborhood, and then we get like, I mean, that neighborhood's fucking, it's that neighborhood that's like kind of by the Wesco in that church. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll get like shitloads of candy from there too.
No,
so basically, me and Blue are going to be eating pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I want you this year. I want you to put the kid in blackface and see how that goes.
Oh man, can you fucking imagine, dude? People be like, "What is he?" And I'd be like, "Do you really want to ask?" I mean,
it's something that Ottawa County people hate.
I know, and straight up, and I think I told you this before in like one of the previous years around Halloween, but I don't know, because one year I dressed up as Alice Cooper, and like I had like a long black wig and like put on Alice Cooper face paint, and every door I went to, like these fat middle-aged ladies were like, "Oh, he's Howard Stern," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, do you see the face paint?" And number two, who's going as Howard Stern is what I want to know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's ridiculous.
I'm 10.
Yes, Alice has the black on his face, around his eyes, looks fantastic, and that's your favorite artist. That stands to reason. What type of candy do you give out? I mean, does like one parent go out with little guy and the other one stays home?
So in our neighborhood, it's like relatively smallish. So everybody like we don't like kind of know each other, but we all like talk, I guess you'd say, a little bit. So because there's a lot of kids in our neighborhood, if people are walking, we just like put the candy bowl out and just hope it fucking works out. But last year I super fucked up because we thought we weren't going to be home, and then at the last second, Blue's like, "We're going to be home." So I had to pick up some candy from the gas station, and unfucking fortunately, the only things I could find were like some regular candy, but mostly like saltwater taffy.
Oh,
so
shit!
I threw that in the bowl just to like add space, and the fucking kids were pissed, dude.
Oh,
like,
I don't like that shit. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, so I fucked that up.
Stuff that you could like easily tamper with. That as soon as they get it home, they throw it away. That fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I fucked that one up.
Yeah, you can't give away that garbage candy, for fuck's sake. And my son and my grandkids, they come to our neighborhood too because he lives in his fucking trailer park. And if you go door to door there, they give you like rubbers and methamphetamine and cigarettes and shit like that. So he heads over, and then my wife usually goes with them, and I got to stay home with these little fuckers. And then my wife has she buys full-size candy bars for certain kids. And then the other
certain kids,
yeah, It's really discriminatory. So, you'll get all these kids up there, and then you have to pick the ones and then you got two bowls of good candy and shitty candy. So,
oh man, your wife is basically like the government. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, so I have to. You gotta be careful, because if I get into a situation where there's like three kids I know, and then the fourth kid I don't know happens to be black or Puerto Rican, I can't say, okay, good candy for you white kids, and you black Puerto Rican kids get the shit. You got to.
Oh, yeah. You got to make some concessions right there.
I don't want to look like a goddamn racist, so I got to.
Exactly.
So I've decided, I said, look, if we get some blacks or Puerto Ricans, they're going to get two full-size candy bars. So if anyone knows any blacks or Puerto Ricans, just know that they will be taken care of at my house.
Send them to, yeah, that's fucking awesome. I mean, I can't even think of anything funny to say. You said all the funny stuff.
Oh, my God. Okay. And then we got, hey, look, it's the holidays. You got Thanksgiving after that. That's a big one, which I love Thanksgiving. Holy shit.
Oh man, yeah. Seriously, like when you're younger, like when I was a kid, I was like, like whatever, Thanksgiving. But yeah, now like when you get older and you're like, I'm gonna fucking slam this food, and then hopefully the Lions are gonna fucking slam. I think we're playing the Packers. Yeah, it's just like a good like as you grow up. So I'm ready to fucking slam and then watch the Lions slam, baby.
I'm even considering. See, the problem for me is I have to drive 2.5 hours to where we're having the party. And then I have to drive 2.5 hours back the same day. And so I kind of hate that. So this year I'm thinking about actually getting a room, like in Detroit.
So where are you going? Like Auburn Hills or something? I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I got to go way the fucking far away. And I'm like, God damn it, this sucks shit. So
yeah, dude, same day trips like that. Last year we went one time to a concert in Chicago, but like we couldn't stay the night because I don't fucking remember why. So we drove to the concert, and then after the concert drove back. And my best friend Cliff, who I do the podcast with, he had to drive home, and he was fucking. I mean, he was like, I thought we were gonna die. He was like about ready to fall asleep, and we just kept going. And then when we got back, he was like, I gave it all I could. It was like intense, dude.
Yeah, I hate those days where you spend more time in the car. It's just so frustrating, and then I get tired, and it's just terrible. I'm so old. God damn it.
I know. And then like these days too, like I'm actually like a fan of road trips, but I'm a fan of like 90s or earlier road trips where like you had to fucking like talk to each other and shit. But now like you talk to each other for a little bit and everyone gets sick of that and then they just hop on their phones and then you're just driving and everyone's dead silent and you're like, well, this fucking sucks.
I remember those trips. When I was very little, we drove to Florida and my mom and dad bought me a bunch of comic books to read. And so we're not even out of our city and we're bored to death of the goddamn comic books. And then you've got a whole day's 24 hours of driving to get to Florida or however fucking long it is. I cannot imagine the level of boredom without a phone.
I know. Yeah, times are different. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can barely remember because, like, we would go to Florida on vacation every year when I was a kid, and I'm like, I mean, like, I can't even like remember like what the fuck. I think we were playing Game Boy a little bit. I guess the '90s were like a little bit.
Yeah, you had more options then, but when I was a kid, it was nothing. The most fun was counting how many beers my dad was drinking while he's driving.
Classic.
and pissing him off, and so that he tries to hurt you from the front seat, pull your hair or something like that because he's so goddamn pissed off. He's losing his mind.
And that's how you create a radio star, baby.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yep.
Absolutely true. Okay. What are you doing today? Type of work is going on in the dumpster world?
Just regular shit today. Got some dumpies going out, like a junk removal to do. Just a relatively chill day. Weather's kind of shitty, so you never know what the fuck's going on out there.
Excellent. Be safe. Tell Emilio I said hi. How many people work there now?
We've got actually an interesting development. We've got 4 of us here now, but we're actually about to hire 2 more dudes because this business that's in the same building as us that also does similar shit, they're closing down. So like we're gonna like steal those dudes and all of the what do you call it? Like contacts or like business contacts they have, so we can fucking just absorb it and like. They're going to do the same shit they did over there, but here. We're growing, baby.
So does that cost you money to get all that information?
No. If it's just you just got to be a cool ass fucking dude for like a year and a half as you interface with these people, and then they're just like, yeah, we'll just come over and do this shit. I'm like, okay, baby.
How much closer are we to this business being franchised throughout every city in America?
Dude, we're fucking okay. So by the time it will be in every city in America, I'll probably be like 58 or something like that.
That was a joke. It was a joke. Just fucking, answer me.
Close. We'll say close.
So that would mean because you'd pop up in all different places. You see dumpster diver franchisees. Yes.
Oh yeah, it'll be fucking sick, dude. It'll be so cool to just like build a thing or whatever, and then like eventually, hopefully, just become like pretty sweet rich, and then just live the life, baby. Who fucking knows? That's what I'm planning on. We'll see.
I know that none of your success would have been inspired by advertising in the stupid Thrifty Nickel or the Hudsonville Racist Times or whatever the fuck it is you're in there. So fucking get out of that shit, you asshole.
I know. Seriously, Eric Zane, get this, dude. When this company is big, what I'm gonna do is, as we advertise with you, I'm gonna make my own tier where I pay you like, I don't know, like $20,000 a month, but like every other sentence you have to talk about me and dumpster.
Oh,
divers.
sure. All right.
You're like, for 20 G's, I'll do it.
I'll just talk about things that are great about dumpster divers, and it'd have to be hilarious. I say, all right, number one, they don't rape children.
Yeah, there you go. We don't, if anybody's wondering.
Okay, here's to hoping that you don't find a baby in the dumpster, and have a great day.
Yeah, you guys too. And as I always do, cease.
All right, see you. Bye. There you go. Kyle from Dumpster Divers. Love him. Wonderful soul. Hilarious. Always great conversation. Yeah, he's going to be like all across the nation at some point. Dumpster divers. Jackass. We've had a lot of fun this week brutalizing Kenney. So much to the point that if you barely say anything, he'll usually just write, "Fuck you!" Something horrible on there. One of the things I've parked on was his inability to send a message appropriately in the chat. He's usually traveling at like 75 or 80 miles an hour with both hands on the phone, driving with his belly, and sending chats that are just full of typos. And though I busted him for texting and driving yesterday, and then he made up some fairy tale that he wasn't actually moving, he continues to do it today. He writes, I think he's quoting Kyle. Can you imagine Kyle as your boss? Quote, "We've got to fucking wrote you up and shit because you weren't really a cool-ass fucking dude this past month." That's actually not a bad joke. We gotta fucking, but you wrote you up. We gotta fucking wrote you up and shit because you weren't really a cool ass fucking dude. Then he wrote, "Oops, right." And that type was not on me, damn autocorrect. No, it is on you. It is, it's always on you. And I've said this before. You type it, and then you don't look at it. Of course it's going to autocorrect. It happens to everybody. Tyler writes, Kenney probably thought he was in the clear with the beat-ups today. LOL. He says, I'm sitting at home in my office chair, fuckhead. Then he wrote, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You know what's funny about this? Is that audience members are getting in on this, getting in on having fun at Kenney's expense. And what I mean by that is there's been a lot of talk on the show about this whole ridiculous Kenney and Amanda scenario where up until the other day, nobody believed that there was actually hope that these two were going to have sex and fall in love. Nobody believed that. It was all just a joke. And Kenney would roll his eyes. And then out of the blue, Amanda talked about how he was flirting with her. So that piqued everybody's interest. Now, I can't tell because it looks so good, and I can't reveal the source, but this looks like a real photo to me. It is two people in the back seat of a limousine with champagne and flowers, and it looks like a 100% legit wedding photo of Kenney and Amanda. Now, this would have to have been a secret marriage, but look at how good that looks. I mean, there's nothing odd about that to make us think that this is anything but real. So now we have unbelievable proof with photographic proof. First, Amanda talks about all the flirtations. And now I'm seeing an elope picture. Are you guys secretly married, Kenney? This is so crazy. Amanda looks none too pleased with this. And look at the look of joy on Kenney. Now, the one thing that makes me think that this is Photoshopped is that these two are much too slim to actually be Kenney and Amanda. So that's, to me, the first indicator that this is all bullshit. So, Kenney, I want you to know that I am offended on your behalf. I think this is all a crock of shit. I do not believe that this is an actual picture of you two. But to whoever sent that in, that is awful. It is not funny at all. I am not and I'm not just sitting here being serious on the outside, but inside I'm laughing my cock off. None of that. No way. I mean, this is a big fraud Thursday, for fuck's sake. We keep this shit above board around here. Hey, I need a break after that. I have to go pee. Again. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. There's a horrible rumor going around that Kenney is no longer in the audience, and that's ridiculous. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't see him. Well, I got to get him on here. Get to the bottom of this shit. He's going to pick it up and go, what? And be all angry at me, and I didn't do anything.
Hello.
Hey, what? You sound like you got the blues.
Well, obviously, I'm just kind of tired.
What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter, man? Good grief.
Did you say you're tired, like you're sleepy?
Well, I'm always kind of that, but...
Well, I'm here to pick you up. I'm here to put some pep into... I'm here.
Oh, sure, really? That's okay. That's what you're doing.
I'm here to put some pep into your step.
Oh, sure.
You don't sound like you believe me. You sound like you think I'm...
I don't believe a word you say anymore.
Come on.
You are two different people, dude. Look at the text you sent me Sunday. They were brutal and straightforward and correct, but, you were, caring and you were, looking out for my best interest.
Yeah, that's true. And I am.
That's Mr. Zaitunian. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But Zane, I'm just fucking tired of.
You're
man.
sick of that fucker.
Yeah.
You've had it.
You're two different people, man, and
well,
God, y'all just let it go.
Well, Eric Zaitunian is boring. He is a boring motherfucker.
No, he's not. He's a nice dude.
Well, nice, but he's not that entertaining. He's pretty boring.
I know, it's all for entertainment purposes and all, but God, how many years? And now, I've never flirted with Amanda ever. And then she said the dumbest thing trying to be funny. And I was like, oh, I cannot believe, because I knew exactly what was going to happen as soon as I read those stupid words.
Well, yeah, I can't believe she did that. What an asshole.
Well, it's just like, honestly, look, like that thought makes me want to gag. It makes my whole body like shudder and like, and I know that the same exact thing, it's that way for her with me.
I don't know.
That's okay. I'm totally fine with that.
Hey, you know, I'm sorry that you guys are expressing it that way.
No, it's the truth. It's the honest to God's truth.
How is it you're able to actually have conversations without telling each other to go to hell?
I don't ever talk to her. But I felt bad the other day, so I reached out to apologize.
Oh,
and
okay.
then she went on talking about, well, I'm going to have one more night of being disgusting. And I've been there.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Like, no, you spent money on it. I get it. No, but throw that shit away.
Well, what about the idea of the instant chemistry that took place in that moment?
Instant chemistry, dude. There's never been chemistry. What the fuck?
Well, you sent me that screenshot, and it seemed like, I mean,
no.
It seemed like you were hitting it off.
Oh my God, dude! No, it did not. No, look, you need to share that screenshot with everybody fucking listening.
I read it on the show.
No, you didn't.
You mean you want them to actually see it?
I don't care if anybody sees it or not.
Well, that's what you suggested. That's what you suggested. I'm just taking your word.
Post it on your fucking Facebook, man. There's no fucking chemistry. There's nothing. There never has been. There never will be. And it's like, after all these years, fucking let it go.
All right. I am going. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even have thought of it if it didn't go the way it did.
What was what she said yesterday? I don't know where the fuck this shit came from.
Yeah, I know. That was so fucking, it was terrible. Fuck her.
Because she's trying to be funny, and I'm sorry, she's not. Most of the time, she's not. And she says the wrong things all the fucking time, and you beat her up for it, and that's funny. And yes, if I have like one little bitty typo, I get it. It's kind of funny. But still, like, man, I look like, I try to spend as much time as I can before I send a fucking message, but I'm also trying to work.
Kenny, I'm going to give you, I want you to come back right now, and I will leave. There will be no more picking on you for the foreseeable future.
Oh, that's a lot.
No, it's true. I swear to God.
That's a lot. But look, it is also not worth getting myself worked up for. It's really not. So that's why I'm like, I'm just not going to be around.
Hey, look, I've got the audience is actually turning on me. Listen.
I don't believe that.
Well,
man.
I'm just going to read it. Well,
that.
if you were here, you can see it. Brandon says, leave Kenney alone. Sounds like he's at his breaking point. Chris says, time to drop the bit. Stevie says, this bit is old.
Well, it really is. It's like, how long until, like, look, I had instant chemistry with someone a year ago, last summer in Michigan. That was a real thing, and that's never really happened to me before.
All right.
So
are you sure?
There's no chance of that with Amanda. Period.
So hey, I'm with you. I'm with you. I am Team Kenney and Amanda. I mean, going separate ways. Team Kenney and Amanda going separate ways.
You can't even say our names without putting the word "and" in there, and that's just like.
Yeah, you guys are not attached.
No, we've never even been close to it.
I know.
And I know that it's a joke, but also at the same time, like, sometimes you just gotta let things die.
I tell you what, if I'm guilty of one thing, it is not being able to let things die.
Oh, that's true. Look what you did yesterday on Domingo's.
Oh God, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's not a quality. It is a detriment to my personality, without a doubt.
But I want you to hear me out on this. Eric Zaitinian, I really love that guy. Eric Zane, I just want to punch him in that big ass nose some days, you know?
Yeah, hey, you know what? I believe that, and I think that can be said for a lot of other people too.
Yeah, I know, and I know it's like, I know it's just jokes, but like, oh my God, I'd much rather hear anything else.
All right, I'm gonna go beat up somebody else. I'm gonna go after somebody else here.
Beat up Rob. He deserves it.
Well, I mean, Rob, I don't know. I think Rob's your pal. I think he's just fucking with you.
No, I feel like that dude has nothing but hate for me, man.
No,
been that way
come
for
on
so
now.
long.
Come on now.
Yeah,
That's
he just said all the craziest shit in comments, get under my skin, and I'm like, I'm just blocking this dude everywhere. I'll never see another word he says, and it's been great. It's been almost a year.
Well, he's not making any rude comments now. He's not saying anything.
Give him time.
All right.
Hey, I am wondering though, did you actually send him the $50 that I said to send him, that I won in trivia like 3 years ago? And I was like, I was drunk. I was like, I'll send it to Rob. Did you actually send it to him?
No, I don't even remember this.
Oh, okay, good. I feel better.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did.
Oh. Well, I hope you didn't, because I'd like to go back and change that. I didn't want to do that.
Let me ask you this. This is the last joke that I'm gonna say.
Right,
you can only choose one.
Oh no! Don't do that to me.
If you could put your ding dong into either Rob's butthole or Amanda's vagina, which would you choose?
I hate you so much. I just hate you. I hate you right now. I can't.
All right, think about it and let me know.
No, neither. Like, is death a choice?
All right. I want you to come back to the chat and enjoy and you know, come back.
All right. Well,
come back. We love you. Come back.
My typos with me.
All right. Okay, bye. See ya.
Bye.
I guess I did send Rob that money. I have no recollection of this. I have no knowledge of this. Florida man says he wants to be mad at you, but he cannot do it. Brandis is going to kill me. I don't know what that I can't see. I don't have my glasses. I think it's an emoji to indicate anger of some type. Dave says, nobody hates you, Kenney. That's true. Nobody hates Kenney. Come on now. Jimmy says this show is like a big dysfunctional family. Bob says, trade-off. This bit gone. Bring back devil fart Mike. Oh, my God. That was historic. That burned hot and fast. In case you don't know, if I had to fart, I would fart in the mic. But with these effects on the microphone,
so it would be like this really absurd sound.
And Rick was so pissed. He's like, fuck you. I'm canceling my sponsorship. I was like, oh, no, don't do that. Come on. All right, fine. You win. He like lowered the boom. Kicked my ass. It hasn't been there since. Kenney has not yet checked back in. It is awful news. It's awful. Oh, there he is. And then he immediately kicks somebody's ass. Somebody named Crimson Chin. I can't really track what's happening. I think Crimson Chin is being aggressive towards Kenney, and Kenney says, "Hey, Crimson Chin, know what you can do? You can go fuck yourself, or better yet, talk shit to my face." So Kenney is ready to fucking fight that fucking guy. Rick says farting on the mic is so hack. Well, hey, look, it's gone. We do not fart on microphones here. Rob says it is not hack. It's funny. Let Eric do the funny. Let's see. Then Crimson Chin says, grow up, you bitch. But I'm pretty sure he's talking to Kenney. But Rick thinks he's talking to him and says, you think I'm a bitch? Good one. Stevie says, we do not fart on microphones. The show has class, damn it. Yeah, we have a little cross-contamination in conversations, according to Chris. All right, so everybody calm down. Calm down. You know, at the end of the day, I'm the only one here who is not being aggressive. I'm being delightful and fun as always. Okay? We're not going to... No farting on microphones. To whoever sent that stupid picture of Kenney and Amanda, which we have confirmed it is a Photoshop. That was not even real. I know some of you thought that this was actually a real thing, but it is not real. That is fucking fake. Megan says, I think you should get whoever Crimson Chin is and Kenney on and let them fight. I would love that. So if Crimson Chin wants to give me a phone number, I will conference call you with Kenney, who is pretty tough, I think. Kenney, you know, I'm guessing in a fight, the footwork might be off a little bit, but if he gets a hold of you, it's going to be like King Kong Bundy in the 1980s. Okay? Kenney tells Crimson Chin to go suck Rob's dick, which is pretty aggressive. Jimmy did make up for Taylor Swift. Aram says, ignore them, Kenney, or block them so you don't see what they say. Yes, Kenney brought the legendary line back of go suck someone's dick. All right. Brandis is furious. She says this chat is annoying the fuck out of me. Okay. Now, that's the last thing I want. I don't want Brandis pissed off. And it seems like nothing that happens here is being helpful in any way to all of you. So I'm going to have to let this go and move on to the next topic. All right. Let's get into a fantastic fight that happened at the NFL game in Los Angeles between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of fighting, let's actually watch a fight. There's a lot to park on here. You have a guy throwing a woman early on. Now, in this clip, there's a lot happening, a lot of interesting things. Now, on the left side of this, where it's a little blurry, you see number 12 here. Well, to the left of that, there's a woman attacking another chick. And then some big, gigantic man is going to throw her off of the chick and onto the ground. Let's keep an eye on that. All right, number 10. She was actually punching the guy in the Charger. So cowboy chick with the tattoos is attacking Charger guy. And big, fat Justin Herbert throws her. That's asking for trouble. If somebody sees you throw a chick, somebody's going to jump in. He ends up getting a shot because I think he's down for the count later on. All right, these two. Now, you'll notice number 12 here. He's going to get hit in the face, and his glasses are going to get moved, and it's very important, and they're sunglasses, that he puts his sunglasses back on. Look at it. He's like, I need my glasses. Who goes into a fight and says, oh, no, my glasses fell off. I got to get them back on. So he gets the glasses punched off. He punches the guy, and then he puts his glasses back on. I've heard of, hey, all right, I got to take my glasses off for this fight. But I've never heard of, hang on, before we fight, let me put my glasses on. Okay, now he didn't actually knock him down. Charger guy throws cowboy guy down to the ground. By the way, while this is all happening, look at there's phones everywhere. The ground is saturated with like jizz, female squirt, and beer. So these assholes start sliding all around here. It's really funny. This guy grabs an implement of destruction, which, you see that? If he swung that, it would be like Thor's hammer. But I don't think he does. Okay, these two. Another Justin Herbert and Emmitt Smith. Watch Emmitt Smith. Watch what he does with his fists here. Did you see that? He's like, what is that? I have never seen that. He's like doing the Macarena or some shit. That was great. All right, let's just see. Now, this guy, Dallas Cowboys, he goes down, and there's so much female squirt here that, look at it splashes. The female ejaculate goes splashing everywhere. Oh, my God. And then he gets up. I would be licking the floor, frankly. Look at it, sliding all around. This chick's got a breast cancer awareness flag. She could very easily jam it right into this guy's ass. Look at her falling down. It's great. Everybody's wiping out. Okay. Not lost in this is this guy. He's like this little dude. This would be me in this fight, by the way. I would be him. I would be like, I would just be watching it. Okay? I am too much of a pussy to want to get into that shit. Fuck that. Okay. Looks to be settling down here, I think. But no. Watch this. It's even over here. Holy shit. And then that guy wipes out. It's like a hockey rink there. What a scene. God damn. There's more than one fight to review, though. Okay, let's back up here. This looks to be like a SoFi Stadium worker. This guy needs to wash his shirt. Look at that. That is very, very bad. It's supposed to be blue. It has like a gray on it. He grabs dude by the belt. Okay, now, here you go. At the game is a former Zaniac. This is former Zaniac Melinda here. You can tell by the body type. Is punching Dallas Cowboy bitch. That's the chick who got thrown to the ground earlier by the dude. She's just basically her job in this fight is to get her ass kicked. Here's guy with glasses again. Boy, those punches. This is why when women fight, when they get tired out, they just stand up and walk away. Because look at how weak those punches are. It's like you can't even feel it. This guy gets a hand up. Look at this guy. He's trying to help her up, but he can't do it. He's got her under the arms, and he's like, I can't. I need a couple more guys. I love all the black people are the ones that are breaking it up and keeping the peace. Because if the black people know that if they got involved, every one of these fucking assholes would be dead. It looked like a bunch of white people and Latinas, right? Do I have to say Latinos, Latinas? Mexicans. God damn. Okay. Rob just fired off a joke that is really fantastic. But I have put a moratorium on that level of joking. I will not repeat that joke, Rob, you asshole. God damn it. Because it's very funny. But even I must show some restraint here, you asshole. And Chris suggests that I say it because poor Kenney left. No, because there are people here who are getting pissed off at all of that bullshit. Now, God damn it. Rob, fucking A. I will just say that, yes, that's funny. When it comes to glasses on your face during a fight, you always want thin glass between your eye and a fist. Megan says maybe they're prescription lenses, obviously. Florida man said that this is a podcast equivalent of a line brawl in hockey. Oh, yeah. There's real heat. I turned to Brandis for this. For some reason, she is my audience barometer. She is funny, yet if there gets to be a point, she kind of brings me back to the pack. She says in all caps, do not do it. I'm not going to, Mama. I promise. I'm just indicating I saw it, Rob, you asshole. Motherfucker. All right. So that was the fight. That was a great fight. Thank you to Tyler for sending that. I hadn't seen that. So that is absolutely spectacular. Okay, one more thing we need to watch. This is at the Phillies baseball game. And so this is from the outfield, and some fan runs on the field. What you see here, you can make out all these guys in red. Those are the bullpen relief pitchers for the Phillies. They are on the field observing this. This is taken from the outfield or whatever. And the guy in the black is running from the security people. Out of the blue from the left, a security guy is going to hit this dude, but he doesn't see it coming. So it's an incredible tackle. He spears him. And then keep your eye on the guys in red after that. The bullpen athletes react to this unbelievable hit that takes place. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. What a violent, incredible collision. Here he comes. You see his shadow. Full speed. The guy's looking left. Last second. Oh, my God. His feet are in the air. Look at this dude. Yes. Whoever that bullpen guy is, he's just loving that. And I love that. That was sweet. I called you Blob. If only the bell ringing was time with the hit. Ryan says, I hope his ribs snapped. Aram says, we are getting divided into factions now, the nice people and the mean people. Yeah, enough. We're all pals. We all love each other. Relax. It's going to be okay. Before we wrap up the show with the asshole of the day, brought to you by TC Paintball, I need to remind you that my friend Frank Fuss from mypolicyshop.com is waiting to hear from you. Particularly for those of you who have jobs where your employer gives you insurance. You're like, I love my job. I got bennies. I've got insurance. And I can even add my family to the policy. So then you do that, and what comes out of your check goes up by like 5 times. You know, you're paying a ton of cash for that health insurance policy for your family. New this year with healthcare.gov is a loophole where you can still keep your employer insurance and put your family on a healthcare.gov policy. That means you have more options for insurance, which means they can get a better policy than what your employer is offering, because sometimes workplace insurance is lacking. You can pick the best policy, and to pay for it, you're entitled, all Americans are entitled to a tax subsidy for health care. I've told you about this. My premium for my health care a month is just shy of $2,000 for me, Diana, and Madison. Why is it so much? Because it's fucking great coverage. But I pay $575 because the government pays for everything but the $575 with a tax subsidy. Now they have a threshold. If you make more than a certain threshold, then you got to pay that back at the end of the year, and you're fucked right in the butt. Okay, you're like, well, how do you know? How do you figure it out? Well, that's what Frank does. He figures out the money coming in, whether or not you're going to hit. He's predicting whether or not you're going to hit that threshold. Odds are you won't. Okay, and you're going to save hundreds of dollars a month for excellent health care. For better health care than what you'd be giving your family with the employee, as an employee from your employer, I should say. Damn it. To get more details on this, go to buyinsurancehere.com, BUY insurancehere.com, and figure out it. Well, Frank will figure out for you, and it won't cost you a dime. That's the best part about this. Frank's services are free. He gets paid by the insurance company. So I'm not kidding you. It's worth 10 minutes, okay? Go to buyinsurancehere.com and see for yourself. Also, when it comes to mortgages, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage wants you to get into a home today. Forget paying rent, okay? Enough of that. Get the loan now. The interest rate sucks, but you're going to be paying on your own home. And then in 2025, when they drop like a stone, you refinance for an incredibly low rate. And then you've already got 2 years of equity built up because you listen to me. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage will do it all for you, for anyone in the U.S., no matter where you are in the listening audience in the United States, by calling 231-332-6505, 231-332-6505 today. The asshole of the day. Does anyone have nominations? I'm going to go ahead and quickly put, let's see. Ryan says he's the asshole today for missing the show. Oh, what the hell? Well, where were you? What happened? Where you been? And I know some of you troublemakers are going to vote for Kenney. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Rob says, pick me. Well, you're kind of one of those every day. The TC Paintball asshole today has to be Joran Vandersloot. You may be bad, Rob, but you're not worse than Joran Vandersloot. Hey, I found God. I can now tell you that I actually did bludgeon your daughter to death. My God. That is going to do it for the Eric Zane Show podcast. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'll talk to you on the Patreon. Till next time. Bye-bye.